A silent crisis is sweeping through America's farmland. Wild hogs are tearing apart forests, wrecking pastures, and leaving destruction in their wake. The numbers are staggering. Research shows an estimated $1.6 billion in losses across 13 states. Texas alone shoulders nearly $871 million in damage, while Georgia suffers $162 million and Oklahoma $116 million. For the average farmer, that means more than $2,400 lost every year. Crops ruined, fences destroyed, and livelihoods pushed to the brink. North of the border, Canadian farmers are taking the fight to these invaders. Using advanced tactics like drones, poison, and large-scale traps, they've managed to capture hundreds. The question now is whether their bold strategies can inspire American farmers to rise up and reclaim their land. One thing is clear, this battle against wild hogs is brutal, unrelenting, and not for the faint of heart. If you don't want to miss the next chapter in this fight, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell so you're always the first to see our latest videos. Canadian farmers are locked in a constant chess match with these cunning animals, and outsmarting them requires ingenuity at every step. One of the most powerful tools they rely on is the corral trap, a massive enclosure built from reinforced steel panels and baited with irresistible grains like corn or oats. Once an entire group of hogs wanders inside, a remote-controlled gate, often triggered straight from the smartphone, slams shut, capturing dozens at once in a single sweep. To make the system even more effective, many of these traps are outfitted with live-stream cameras, giving farmers a real-time view to guarantee a clean capture. In places like Saskatchewan, this strategy has transformed fields that were once devastated by wild hog raids. And the arsenal doesn't stop there. Smaller, portable box traps are also deployed to take down lone boars or smaller packs, ensuring no threat goes unchecked. Armed with motion sensors and wireless alerts, modern traps send instant pings to a farmer's phone the moment a hog is caught, allowing for quick response, even in the dead of night. Because wild boars are most active after dark, farmers have stepped up their game with thermal drones and night vision cameras. These high-tech eyes in the sky track entire sounders as they move, giving farmers the ability to map out their routes and set traps in the perfect spots. Baiting, however, remains just as critical as the technology. Farmers use fermented grains, sweet molasses, and even ripe fruit to draw hogs in gradually, building trust over several days until the animals walk in without suspicion. It's a slow, calculated process that requires patience and precision, but when it works, the payoff is enormous. One of the most ingenious tactics is known as the Judas pig method. In this approach, a captured hog is fitted with a GPS collar and then set free. Unaware of its role, the animal leads farmers straight to its herd, exposing entire sounders and making large-scale captures possible. But even with clever tricks like this, staying ahead of wild boars is a constant challenge. These animals aren't just destructive, they're remarkably intelligent. After a single close call, many quickly learn to steer clear of traps, which forces farmers to keep evolving their tactics. From experimenting with new baits to reconfiguring trap designs and even deploying decoy setups, the fight against these cunning invaders demands relentless adaptation. In regions like Ontario, hunting restrictions have only made the problem worse. Instead of reducing numbers, they've caused boar sounders to scatter, making them far more difficult to track and capture. Complicating matters further is the sheer size of their territory. Canada's massive boreal range, stretching some 386,000 square miles from Alberta's dense northern forest to Manitoba's sweeping plains, gives these animals endless ground to cover. Keeping tabs on such a vast landscape is a monumental challenge, one that strains even the best-equipped teams. Yet the greatest obstacle is the boar's ability to reproduce at an alarming pace. A single sow can deliver litters of 6 to 12 piglets twice a year, fueling population growth of nearly 9% annually. Without aggressive and ongoing control, this surge could spiral into a full-blown nationwide crisis. In Hill County, Texas, the giant hog locals dubbed Titan turned a quiet community into a battlefield. Weighing in at nearly 800 pounds and armed with razor-sharp tusks, the beast brought chaos to County Road 12 when a pickup swerved to avoid it and crashed. Miraculously, everyone inside survived and made it to the hospital, but the incident was a wake-up call. The trail Titan left behind was impossible to ignore. Shattered fences, torn-up yards, and hoof prints stamped deep into the soil. As months passed, traps failed, rifle shots under the cover of night went wide, and Titan only grew bolder. Panic spread through the town, accidents piled up, and one fact became crystal clear: this monster hog had to be stopped, whether by bullet, barricade, or both. Summer marks the peak of wild hog season, when massive, hungry boars roam restlessly in search of food. One Texas farmer, armed with a .38 rifle loaded with heavy rounds, stood ready to defend his land. While hog hunting is legal year-round in Texas, the scorching summer heat drives the animals into overdrive, pushing them onto roads and into neighborhoods, especially at dusk. Precision is everything. One clean shot can bring a hog down, but a miss only makes them wiser and harder to track the next time. Yet hunting alone has proven insufficient. These giants continue to slip away, leaving communities vulnerable. That's why wildlife experts recommend a smarter approach. First, contain the beast with strong fencing, then move in to finish the job if necessary. The farmer turned to reinforced barriers, installing 48-inch galvanized hog panels from Tractor Supply. Built with 4x4-inch mesh, these shields were tough enough to stop a full-force charge. To strengthen the setup, he added T-posts and heavy-duty electric wiring, powered by solar chargers that delivered a sharp but safe jolt. Each panel was buried a foot deep to block hogs from tunneling beneath, creating a defense line both sturdy and smart. Another proven method is woven wire mesh fencing. For it to hold, the fence must be set at least 48 inches high and buried a full foot underground to stop hogs from digging their way through. Field tests by Texas A&M AgriLife Extension found that a properly built woven fence can even absorb the impact of a mid-sized pickup, like a 5,000-pound Ford Ranger, slamming into it at 15 miles per hour. At roughly $2 per foot, these fences are an affordable choice for small farms or properties close to busy roads, exactly the areas where wild hogs tend to cause the most damage. And when it comes to hunting, timing is everything. In Texas, summer is prime season. The heat drives hogs to move more aggressively, often pushing them into fields and across roadways. Thanks to the state's year-round hunting laws, landowners have every opportunity to take action and reduce the destruction these animals leave behind. The Texas Parks and Wildlife Department has thrown its weight behind hog control, and summer provides the perfect window of opportunity. With steady weather and temperatures climbing into the 90s, hunters benefit from clear skies and strong visibility. The heat is punishing, but it gives hunters the advantage of spotting and tracking hogs more easily across open fields and backcountry terrain. Research from Texas A&M AgriLife Extension shows just how effective this season can be. In years when summer stays stable, without heavy rains or storms, hunters in Texas collectively remove more than 500,000 wild hogs. This large-scale effort protects rural communities from shattered fences and destroyed crops, while also cutting down on road accidents caused by hog collisions. The payoff is clear: safer communities and stronger, more sustainable agriculture. The fight against wild hogs isn't just about protecting crops. It's about safeguarding livelihoods, restoring balance to the land, and ensuring safer communities for future generations. Every fence built, every trap set, and every hunt carried out is a reminder that conservation and responsibility must go hand in hand. Hunting, when done with respect and purpose, is not only a tool of defense but also a duty to preserve the land our families depend on. If you want to witness more battles, learn smarter tactics, and see how farmers and hunters across North America are standing their ground, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss our next video in this ongoing war.